This is the Hypothetically Sound podcast, hosted by Alec, Kevin, Randy, and Xavier. A show that explores the maybes, how comes, and what ifs of life. Join in on the unfiltered, raw, and real conversations today.
Thank you for stopping by. This is your spoiler warning for the upcoming episode. We do talk about the movie Malignant in depth with specific things about the movie. So if you have not seen it or do not want to be spoiled, now is your time to go watch it before listening to our podcast. Thank you. Welcome back to Hypothetically Sound. And welcome, gentlemen, to our very first film review podcast. Okay, guys, we recently watched James Wan's 2021 Malignant. This film stars Annabelle Wallis, Maddie, Hasson, and George Young. I chose this as our first movie to review in October because, one, it got a lot of hype, but mostly because of the director, James Wan. For those listening that don't know James's work, he is one of the creators of the Saws franchise. He directed Insidious. He's directed the widely popular Conjuring series. He directed Fast and the Furious 7 and the new Mortal Kombat movie that just came out. So this dude is doing a lot of work, and a lot of those movies I enjoy a lot. And so this movie, looking at the reviews and stuff, was 50-50. Either people loved it and thought it was the most brilliant movie they ever watched, or they thought it was a flaming pile of dog doo-doo. It didn't do great in the box office. It lost $8 million. It was a $40 movie. They only made 32. Part of it's COVID. Part of it is it was on HBO Max, where it streamed to about 1 million people. So they lost money there as well. But yeah, so let's just get into the movie. The format we're going to run with the film reviews in the future is really easy. We'll start with the good, so whatever we thought was good about the movie, go to the bad, and then the ugly, and we'll finish with a hypothetical question, just because, it's our namesake, of what we would change in the movie if we directed it to make it a better movie. So let's just get into it. Xavier, what did you think was good about the movie?
Well, to be 100% honest with you, I think the fact that it was kind of like absorbing into the story, like it was good at pulling your attention, is probably the best part about it. Otherwise, everything else, dog shit. I'm just being 100% honest. Like, It's like one of those movies that like really kind of pulls you because you're like, what? Yeah. But then once you kind of put it all together, you're like, what? And that's it.
No, I feel it's like, what in a good way? Like, what was happening? And it's, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah, man.
The bad guy, Gabriel, right? He was fucking shit up. Real cool to watch him fuck shit up. Didn't really make much sense, but he fucked shit up.
Yeah, he did.
The fight scenes
backwards ass.
Yeah. Fight scenes were really cool. They're really done well, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the rest of the movie is pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah, I didn't think the good portion of this would be very long. It's like both of you, I found one thing I liked about the movie, and the most of the rest of it, like I said, was flaming pile of dog poo.
So what did you find that you liked?
What I liked, and it comes down to the director, James Wan, was his camera work throughout the movie. Specifically, the scene where it's the second when she goes back to the house after getting her head bashed in and leaving the hospital, and she's running from this noise and the ghost or the spirit or whatever it was, and he does a top down into the house. So it's kind of like you're looking into a dollhouse. And like thinking back on the movie now, it makes even more sense because that would be kind of how the ghost or the spirit of Gabriel was looking at things as she was doing it to manipulate her. Was he had a top down view of her doing these things so he can manipulate where she was going. So his camera work during the whole movie was fantastic. The script and everything, we'll get into that. But yeah, the camera work was the only thing I really enjoyed about the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
So the next section, the bad. This is stuff that like could easily be fixed to make it a good movie. and then the ugly is going to be what the fuck was that? So what did you guys see in the movie that you're like, if they would have changed this, it would have made it slightly more enjoyable?
I felt like there was a lot of
The
noticeable
entire plot.
Plot was but I felt like there's visual wise there's a lot of noticeable like green screen, I guess, which like in 2021 that's not really an excuse,
especially for a $40 million budget.
Like noticeable effects and stuff is just not the greatest thing. Like, you want things to blend well, and if kind of was just a little off, and you see it throughout the whole movie, it's like something's just a little off, or it doesn't, like the big fucking castle doesn't look like it belongs in the scene whatsoever. It looks cool as shit. It looks like Hogwarts, but like
it definitely did not belong in.
It does not belong in like the fucking road she was driving up to it. Like, it just did not look right, so, in my opinion. So
no, I agree 100%.
I just think the entire build of the story was definitely like not all there. It took some very, very interesting turns and directions from but essentially, like the whole build from, you know, her head getting hit to the murders happening to the backstory of her, just like how they placed everything was just not, and what the content they had within those transitions were just not. It didn't make for a good feeling otherwise. Again, it was very captivating, like pulling in, like, what? Like a lot of what? Then you're like, oh, but what?
What?
That's
oh, this is shit. Wow. Like, I did not expect that. That is fucking garbage. Like the hottest garbage.
In a nutshell, yeah.
And it was crazy. My bad is a product of the ugly. So my bad is the actors.
I was saving this for the ugly.
They turned it into a Scream movie for the star. Like, all she did was scream for half of the movie. And then, like, you had the main guy in the movie, the detective, like, get one word sentences. Like, yes, why is that? And it just wasn't great acting. And then the character that I still don't feel like it didn't fit into the movie was the lady detective.
Because she actually was somewhat acting.
Yeah, she was acting, but like also like everybody else in the movie, like she was like, "Oh, these things are happening to me," and everybody's like, "Yes, I see it." And then you got the lady detective who was acting like she was in the real world, like not in the movie universe, but like in our universe, watching it. Like, nah, this shit ain't happening. Like, what are you talking about? This is the real world. Why do you think some monster? No, this is you. And it just didn't fit in with like what they were trying to do.
Especially after the detective got his ass beat and was like, yo, I saw this crazy ass shit. And he tells her, and she's like, and then the lights fucking blow up and the call rings, and she's like, why y'all playing a prank like that? Y'all know damn well this is this bitch right here who doing all the murder. And well,
it was something.
For ugly, I'm not even gonna go for full cast. I'm gonna just go for the main lady. I could not stand her, and I don't know if it was her face. No, it was definitely just her acting ability. But like everything she said was fucking awful. It was presented awkwardly, in my opinion. It was just weird. I was really bugged at like the end where Gabriel flips that shit on her like adopted sister. And she takes control back of her body, and she's like, it was Gabriel doing it, but it was still my body. And that's how she said it. Like, she said it so fucking, it's still my body. And she like lifts up this fucking thing and gets her free, right? Or like when she's talking to Gabriel in her head, and Gabriel's like, bitch, you know I'm coming back. And she goes, yeah, I do know, and I'll be ready. Like the fuck, like come on, dude. Like, I've seen 90s like low budget slashers with better acting. Yeah. Like this literally reminded me of like a really bad 90s movie, like with the acting, especially her, right? Just minus the the courtesy tit in the beginning of the movie you get.
And like I said, like I as an actor myself, like you can only do so much with what you're given. And I think that it was part of the issue. They weren't given much. Like, the writing of this movie wasn't very good. I feel like someone wrote this movie in 2020 and rushed it. Was like, I'm just going to get this movie out and get my paper in, and I'll get a C, and that's good enough. And that's what they got from critics, was a C. The movie was like 50-50. People loved it or hated it. But, like, there was just so many plot holes that needed to be filled and things that just didn't make sense, and they didn't flush out characters. Like, how are you supposed to empathize with this adopted sister? And she was the adopted sister thing. All of a sudden, there's something I didn't tell you. I was adopted. Like, we're 30-40 minutes into the movie, and all of a sudden you're adopted?
It wasn't just the adopted shit. I'm sorry, Xavier. I don't mean to.
No, it was just like bang. Here it is. And you're like,
every fucking twist that they gave you in the movie, and I think this is like part of the reason why Xavier's like, wait, what? Like, wait, what? And he kept captivating, is because it came out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And not in a good way, right? It was literally like, she sits down and she's like, oh man, all I wanted was a kid so I can have real blood relation. And the sister's like, the fuck does that mean? And she's like, oh, there's something I need to tell you. We're both 32, but
and
I'm adopted.
And
then it's like, oh, he said his name was Gabriel and I knew him, and the mom's like, and it got all dramatic.
Wait, shit, that was like the best scene in the entire, the second best scene in the entire fucking movie. That moment of.
And then you're just like, oh shit, something's going on. It's like an imaginary friend. And then they go and they're like, it's not. It's really a parasitic fucking twist. Like, what? The fuck is this twist, and where did it come from?
Yeah, it was all over.
Like, it made no sense. Like, the mom, when they go and talk to the adopted mom, she's like, I know Gabriel. Look at this video of, like, she's talking to him. But you don't bring up the fact that she pulled a knife on you? Like, why wasn't that the story you told them when you brought up Gabriel? Oh, you remember that one time on my birthday, you like were talking to some random guy? Yeah, that's Gabriel. But there's this other time that you appeared in my room with a knife and were about to stab me, and then started crying
in my pregnant belly.
Yeah, you're trying to kill your little sister. Like, where the fuck?
It's wild.
Who wrote this and was like, yeah, I want to see, but like turned it in and was like, yeah, this is good enough.
This is good.
Alexa Cooper is the person who wrote this. Let's see if she's done anything. Okay, she's a staff writer for the TV show Grimm for 2 seasons. And she is a writer and co-producer for the show The 100, American Horror Story, Luke Cage, Jupiter's Ascending, Witches of East End, and Chamber.
All right, so she either got really, really fucking drunk, or she got super blazed and wrote this movie.
It also kind of makes sense though, because the American Horror Stories, because like that's kind of an all over the place series. And if like, how long was her stay with that?
It doesn't say, but I'm assuming she's on there because she's a co-producer. So it sounds like she's been part of the whole thing.
Yeah, so that can kind of make some sense. I can see some correlation if that was your life for the only thing you really had for a good minute.
I feel like she was like, I can do this writing thing, and then tried it out, and someone just got it because of her accolades.
I mean, she is on a top 10 screenwriters watch list for 2021. So people like her, and like, don't get me wrong, like if she was a major part of Luke Cage, fantastic. Luke Cage was great writing.
All the shows you listed off are all popular shows.
Yeah,
but like, I don't know, man. There's something about it. I think Gabriel was cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel was all right.
Yeah, the idea of Gabriel and the idea of the movie, fantastic. I honestly think she should have went to someone and had them like peer review it and like co-write it with her.
I agree 100%.
So is there anything else you guys want to say about this movie before we leave the people to go watch it on their own?
Watch it.
Don't watch it. Save yourself time.
No. I mean, you don't know if you'll like it until you watch it. It's like food. You don't know if you like it till you try it. You don't know.
But you can get a general sense just looking at it that you'll like it or not like it. So, I mean, I'm pretty.
You can make assumptions.
All right, goody two shoe, Mr. Positive, Mr. Everyone needs to try things once. Shut up. I'm sorry, you don't
just
deserve
saying,
that, man. You look cute today. I like your hair.
All right, cut it.
But thank you guys for stopping by. As always, we appreciate you guys listening. Make sure to like and follow and subscribe and share on all your favorite social media sites.
Give us some good scary movies to watch.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Give us
anything that's better than Malignant.
Malignant. Malignant?
Magnificent.
Magnificent.
Yeah, let's watch Magnificent.
Until next time, deuces.
Malignant.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye. Love you.
Malignant.
It's Malignant. Shut up.
Thank you for listening to Hypothetically Sound. We hope you enjoyed the episode. All episodes can be found at hypotheticallysound.podbean.com, as well as on Apple, Spotify, and Pandora. For full unedited video versions of the podcast, please visit us at youtube.com/hypotheticallysound.